In a vibrant coastal town in West Africa, there lived two twin sisters, Adiz and Gozi. They were inseparable, their bond as close as the threads of cloth woven into the traditional garments their mother sewed for the village. From childhood, their laughter echoed across the yard, and their secrets were shared in whispers only they understood. Though identical in appearance, dark, radiant skin, bright eyes, and wide smiles, they each carried within them different personalities. Adiz was the more reserved, thoughtful twin, while Ngozi was outgoing and fiercely independent. As they grew older, their closeness remained unshaken, but they began to sense subtle changes in their feelings toward each other. The transition from childhood into adolescence was a turbulent time for them, as it was for many. They attended the same high school, where they were well known for their academic achievements and close-knit relationship. It wasn't unusual for the two to be seen together, but it was during their teenage years that something deeper started to unfold. Adiz began to notice that the way she looked at Ngozi had shifted. She admired her twin in a way that was different from before. There was a warmth that lingered when their eyes met, a flutter in her chest when Ngozi laughed. She brushed these feelings aside at first, thinking it was just admiration. But the more time they spent together, the more she couldn't ignore the way her heart raced when they held hands or when Ngozi would rest her head on Adiz's shoulder. Ngozi, too, felt a change. She noticed how, when they were alone, the distance between them felt shorter, how the laughter between them held a deeper, unspoken understanding. But it was when she found herself thinking about Adiz during moments of quiet, imagining a life where they would never be apart, that she realized her feelings went beyond sisterly love. It was during the summer of their final year of high school, in a quiet corner of their family's yard, where the twins sat side by side on the stone wall, watching the sunset. It was there that Adiz turned to Ngozi, her voice barely above a whisper. "Ngozi," she said, her words trembling slightly, "I think I feel something more than just sisterly love. I've tried to ignore it, but I can't anymore." Ngozi's eyes widened, a gentle smile spreading across her face. She had feared these feelings for so long, not knowing if Adiz might feel the same. But now, seeing the vulnerability in her twin's eyes, she knew. "I feel it too," she said softly, her hand reaching for Adiz. I think I always have." For a long moment, neither of them spoke. They simply sat there, the world around them quiet, as if time itself had stopped to give them space to process what had been said. The realization that they were falling in love with each other, not in the way society often defined love, but in a way that was deep, tender, and uniquely theirs, was both liberating and daunting. They didn't have the words for what they were experiencing, and they certainly didn't have the words for the judgment they might face from others. But the love they shared was real, born from years of companionship, trust, and understanding. They knew the path ahead wouldn't be easy in a community where such love was not always accepted. But for the first time, they felt free to be themselves without shame, together. Over time, the twins navigated their relationship with quiet care, opening up to a few close friends who accepted them for who they were. The journey wasn't without challenges. There were moments of doubt, of fear, of rejection. Yet, they found strength in each other. Adiz and Ngozi chose not to define themselves by labels or societal expectations, but by the love they felt for one another, a love that had always been there, simply waiting to be acknowledged. They moved forward into adulthood, embracing their identities and the complex beauty of their love, knowing they had each other to hold on to. Their journey wasn't just about romance, it was about discovering who they were, together, in a world that was constantly changing. The story of Adiz and Ngozi became a quiet testament to the power of self-discovery, the strength of sisterhood, and the love that blooms when two souls find a connection that transcends the boundaries of expectation.